Hey everybody, we just got back from the border between Mexico and Arizona where we were able to talk to some gentlemen who know exactly what is going on there.
Hi, Brandon Judd.
Brandon Judd, thank you so much.
Art del Cueto, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you guys. As a businessman, it was pretty eye-opening to see how the cartels run their businesses and how sophisticated it is. And let's just say for them right now, their business is booming.
So the border is broken up and different cartels control different sections of the border. And it's a multi-billion-dollar industry every year. Although it's an illicit business, they are a business. And they're there to create profit, generate revenue. The month of July, we made 212,000 apprehensions.
Oh my
now,
God.
That's not 212,000 different people. That's 212,000 apprehensions. The reason why I don't say it's different people is because some of the people are the same. So if we expel somebody under Title 42, they cross the border illegally, we arrest them, send them right back to Mexico, well then they cross again. So of the 212,000 people that we arrested, we probably dealt with about 120,000 different people.
Oh my heck. It's just like a weekly thing for them?
Yeah. Let's just say that we dealt with 120,000 different people. Those 120,000 people, they paid on average to the cartels $4,000 each. So that was over $400 million in profit to the cartels in 1 month. And that's just the human
That's
smuggling.
just the humans.
That does not include the drug smuggling. That does not include the counterfeit product smuggling.
It's kind of like a business, so I'm sure they don't like competition. Is there multiple that just kind of have agreements that, hey, I'll focus on this product, you focus on that, or is it all just fighting all the time?
No, so whatever stretch of the border each individual cartel has, they control everything that crosses. They will cross humans, they will cross drugs, they will cross counterfeit products, all in their area that they control. Now there are always turf wars with the cartels where they're trying to gain more ground, but that, because they've been so successful here recently, we just haven't seen the same type of turf wars that we've seen in the past.
It was pretty crazy to see examples of what these guys were talking about. There was this backpack that we found that served as a marker for the cartels.
You got the carpet shoes that they use so that when they walk through the desert, what this does is, one, it could disguise your footprint. Another thing that it does is if it does leave a mark, it's harder to tell how old that mark is. So then you don't have a time frame when you're after a group.
We know that group right there, that group did not get caught, because if a Border Patrol agent would have caught that group, that backpack would have been taken with them. They'd never leave that backpack there.
So we're here at the Coronado National Forest, and we're here with Brandon and Art. And I can see, as far as I can possibly imagine, a beautiful wall going east from where we're standing. And Brandon and Art, why is that important?
So if you look at this particular area right here, in the early 2000s, this was the busiest area in the entire United States. We were making over 100,000 apprehensions right here in this area, and this is a 56-mile stretch right here. That was pre-wall. Once that wall was put into place, those apprehensions dropped from 100,000 down to 10,000. So when you hear people say that walls are archaic, that it's old technology, that they don't work, that's completely not true. All you have to do, the stats bear out wherever you look at where walls have been built.
With the infrastructure, with the wall, how much does it save you with agent resources or any other type of resources?
So generally speaking, if we don't have any infrastructure on the border, it takes us about 1 agent per linear mile to do a good job of patrolling the border. When we have a wall like this, we can actually get by with 1 agent per every 5 linear miles.
Do you have enough resources with agents for every 5 miles?
We do for every 5 miles, we do have the resources.
But do you have enough resources for every 1 mile?
Not even close.
No, that's huge.
Yeah, that's why that wall is a force multiplier. That's why that wall allows us to do our jobs much better.
Beautiful. So even at 5 miles, how effective are you guys, or your effective rate at apprehension?
So with the infrastructure, with the walls, we're about 80% effective. So for every 10 people that cross, we apprehend 8 of those individuals. For every 100, 80. So again, an 80% effectiveness rate when you look in the past, even though it's not good enough, that's much better than what we've had in the past.
I was going to say that's higher than I thought.
Now that's in the area where we have the proper infrastructure with the wall.
Oh.
So you got to remember that that doesn't reflect the effectiveness level across the board, because you have areas where you do not have the proper infrastructure, where you don't have the right amount of wall.
And that's on this side, right?
That would be on the other side.
Now we're on the west side of the Coronado National Forest, where I'm looking as far as I can. I don't see any infrastructure. What does that do to the effective rate?
So obviously when you look at this area where there isn't an infrastructure with the wall and areas to, allow the agents to respond, this drops the effectiveness level down to 30%.
My biggest takeaway was hearing how important policy is, because we can have the most amazing, robust infrastructure, but without policy, there's no teeth. And we spent quite a bit of time going over a policy that Trump enacted.
He recognized that if I continue to release people into the United States, people are going to continue to come. It's that magnet that draws people, that invites them to cross our borders illegally. So what he did was he negotiated a policy with Mexico, which is called the Migrant Protection Protocols. And that was anybody that crossed the border illegally, that claimed a fear to go back to their country, they would be sent back to Mexico pending their proceedings here in the United States. And when that happened, illegal immigration plummeted to 45-year lows, because everybody knew that they weren't going to be released in the United States.
Art and Brandon were able to really explain why this is such an important policy, because before, border crossers were able to just cross, get caught, get picked up, and claim credible fear, which would then allow them to be released in America and then just never show up for court. The Biden administration decided they didn't want to continue with this policy, which now caused all these consequences that Art and Brandon have been discussing.
When you see the criminal aspect, like the gang members that want to expand their enterprises, what you do is you have a lot of individuals that will come into the United States knowing they're going to get released. They'll claim some type of credible fear. They get released here, and unless they have a criminal record that they've been apprehended in the United States before, you don't know what crimes they committed in their country. So what's happening with these Central American is they're coming through here. A lot of them are part of the Mara Salvatrucha gang members. They come into the United States, and now they've expanded their criminal elements.
The crazy thing is literally a day after we returned from the border visit, the Supreme Court ruled against the Biden administration reenacting that previous policy that worked so well. We'll see how long this lasts, but in my opinion, this was a really good thing.
They got a group, I think.
Yeah.
So you got agents coming in, you got the helicopter rolling.
So you got this helicopter's circling, which would show that we have a group, and then of course the agents that are coming in.
Super thankful for Brandon and Art, who were able to spend the time to show me the in-depth problems that we just went over, and hopefully able to inform everybody that's watching of the problems that we have at the border and how we can hold our representatives accountable to keep it safe. Thank you, Border Patrol Union. You guys are amazing. I think you guys are the unsung heroes, and we all need to play a much better role in holding our administration accountable. So thank you all for watching. Hopefully it was informative. Please follow along because we have so much more to go.